Last time you were diddling around in this area, we were installing sound deadener on the doors of our old 63 Buick Riviera LS swap project. Now, I've got something totally new lined up for you. Groundbreaking stuff here, people. Sound deadening Firewall. That's it. So our last project was getting on Amazon and ordering KILMAT 80mm butyl-based rubber sound deadening stuff. I installed that on the doors and we had some pretty good decibel reductions in the sound, but now we're going to be installing that same sound deadening installation on the firewall of our car, take a little bit of decibel readings, this is decibel readings apparently, and see what the difference is. So, next scene, because I didn't think about it on our first video, but now I did, so we're rolling with it. I actually bought these off Amazon. They're wooden and metal, and they got some ridges for our pleasure, and they're sound deadening rollers. I really like these because, well, they were cheap, as I like to call it, sort by sketchiest on Amazon right there, yeah. They got a nice hefty weight to them, and the ridges make it really easy to see where you've actually pressed your sound deadening down, because if it doesn't touch the metal or the substrate below it, it doesn't actually matter, because it's got to dampen the vibrations, and do the dampening of the vibrations, you got to touch the panel, is what I'm trying to say. And lastly, as far as I can tell, it's got a great brand named FCHO, which I believe translates to fuck-ho. So, fuck-ho, you're doing your best. We'll be doing some long-term durability testing because I've got a lot of different areas to sound deaden on this car. We're doing trunk, hood, firewall, trunk, again, foreshadowing. One bearing's already getting a little bit stiffer than the other, so it's not going well, but it hasn't failed yet. Just like me, Dad. Probably looking at this time lapse of me installing this sound deadener and like, Matt, that's the outside of the firewall. You're drunk. Well, that's true. But this is a great test to see if KILMAT can hold up to its rated temperature. Nothing like getting super hot on the backside of the engine to test your butyl sound deadener, and that's what Matt Dad's here for, testing out sound deadening. Secondly, we're going to be installing some fabricated panels around the engine bay. So it doesn't really matter what side of the firewall I cover as long as the firewall's got some sweet, sweet sound deadening action. If this cheap as on Amazon piece of sound deadening can stick to our roof for 9 years in the sun, clearly this KILMAT will probably be okay under the engine bay. Got a feeling about it, but we'll see. Also, this is a really good time to mention, if you've ever got your outer fenders off, go ahead and slip some sound deadener on the inner fender wells. Plastic, metal, doesn't matter. It's a great way to cut down some road noise. We might test on this. Depends on if I want to take the outer fenders off. Not sure yet. Probably not. No. Not feeling that. And just like that, we've got sound deadener doing sound deadener type-ish things. So let's do some testing now with our decibel meter. On our last video, one of you mentioned you wanted to see the ambient readings before we actually turn the car on. Just sitting in it, just nothing, just me breathing heavily. That's a good touch of the video. Maybe it should just be me ASMR breathing the entire time. The engine's fully warmed up with an idle approximately 600 RPMs. And here's the side-by-side comparison. Now let's go take it for an actual drive. I think this is where it's going to shine. People are always telling me that you got to put a ton of sound deadening in the corner panels because that's where all the magic happens. And I don't say nay. I think we're going to be blocking more sound coming through the firewall from the inner wheel wells than one might expect. And here we are driving down that same street at approximately 25 miles an hour in a slightly loaded engine. Oh yeah, just look at that difference. That's, well, you know, I didn't know what to expect. So that's a result. And that's what we're here for, results and stuff. So take a look at this table with all of our table results table formatted. As you can see, just like my life, it's a slow spiral downward. Nice in this instance, bad in the other. I honestly thought we'd get bigger results from the firewall. Between the engine noise and the road noise, figured this is a cat in the bag, or the bag and the cat. So stay tuned for the next sound deadening era. We're going all trunk, all 24/7, baby, all the time. We're doing the trunk next. That's it. Okay, if you stuck around this far in the video, man, you're pretty invested. You know how you can turn your investiture into dividends? Before I go to bed every night, I got a short little laundry list of things to do. Crying from about 7 to 9 o'clock, counting the subscribers from 9 to 10, and then crying again because you haven't subscribed. And you know what would make this video better? You subscribing. That way, I know you like this. But if you didn't like this video, confused why you're still here, but you know, I'll do better next time. No, I won't. I never do. But if you've got a good suggestion for an area I haven't talked about sound deadening it you think needs sound deadened and tested, let me know. We have the worst sounding cars in our neighborhood, myself included. I'm just as guilty as they are. But can we make this car even quieter and something else, whatever I was about to say?